because I gave this a mention yesterday, I thought I'd just come down and have another little look round it and explain the reasons behind this. This is what you'd call a bale feeder, I guess is what it is. There are different types. Some of you would recognise this as being a cow bale feeder, but it's not. This one's for sheep. It's too small for cows. It's only, 2.5, 3 foot tall, that. The reason I use them, and I've got two, I'll slowly pan round. There's the other one. I will not mention that one just yet. But this one, the reason I've got them is because I think they make a great feature in the garden. They just look good. But as a standalone feature, not so good. And for years and years I've wanted to do one of these as a planter, and this is exactly what I've done. I've put two in. Now at the moment I'm toying with getting a third. Not sure yet, but we'll see. Now this one, it actually contains a jaquemontii, a Betula jaquemontii, Durham Boss, I would have thought this one is. So basically a silver birch, but the white Himalayan birch, and that's contained within it. And inside, although there's still one or two weeds, we've got some euphorbia. And this particular euphorbia is Robbie-eyed, but it's a variety called Whistleberry Garnet. And I think it's named Whistleberry Garnet because it starts showing some garnet type edges to it, which if we can show you it here, there you go, you can see that the new growth is coming up, that kind of colour, and it's really good. Now again, buyer beware, it is a spreader, and it will spread, but the reason I've got it in here like this is because I want it to completely take over in here. If I've got it in here, I can contain it. I'll know where it is, I know where it wants to be, and as I get older, I'm more forgetful, which we all do. I'll kind of, hopefully that'll remind me that that's where it's got to stay. It's not completely finished, this little bit of an area yet, so I've got to be mindful of that when I carry on. There's other little bits starting to come in, as you can see there. And round the base of it, it's had several incarnations, to be quite honest, and it's now on its third, as in I'm planting different plants. Now, Miscanthus sinensis, and this one's actually, I call it Yakushimensis. That's what I bought it as, so I keep calling it that, so I know who I originally bought it off. It's actually Yakujima. It's been reclassified, and there are several varieties of this very one. It's still small. You can see it's flowering nicely. This is its first year in, although I've had these splits for quite some time now. But this is a small Miscanthus. So if you're looking for a smaller one, this is probably the one you need to be looking for. But just bear in mind, it hasn't finished yet. The very, what shall we say, they self-seed true from themselves, but that means that they can be so varietal, so you can get some good forms of it. There are a couple of named forms of it. One's called Starlight and the other one escapes me, but if you check up on Knoll Gardens website, they sell two different types. So it's a really nice one. Now I've coupled it up with some echinaceas at the minute. The seed heads are still here. I've collected these seed heads. This is Echinacea pallida that I've put there, and as I showed you yesterday, we've got this, which is a pampas grass, a dwarf pampas grass, which is rounded as well. Now, these things probably cost around £120, £140, and you can buy them from most sort of farmyard suppliers. And they're definitely worth having, because look at that, it just makes this area, it's something to rest the eye, and I just think it looks really good. And the Miscanthus blowing behind it. Silver birch will be coming out very shortly. It's already budded up, ready to go, so I'm excited. Spring's on its way. It's colder today than it has been in the last 3 days, but nevertheless, I've been out here trying to get on top of things before other things take my time. So we've done quite a lot. But I just wanted to show you that as a feature. Well worth getting. If you do if you do want to do this kind of idea, and you do it, just give us a mention. Say you punched the idea off me, off Richard. Right, so that'll do for today. Thanks again for joining me, and as usual, don't forget to subscribe. Up at Grassy Bottom. Thanks for looking. Ta-da.